Hello, welcome along to another Fringe Ridealong with me, Barry. My guest today is a lovely chap. I went to see his show the other night. It was fantastic. I am really happy that he's here beside me. How this will turn out, I don't know. I don't know if I've got enough storage and enough battery in this phone.
Yeah.
I would love to introduce you to him. I'll let him do that himself.
Oh yeah, well I tell you what, Barry, I'm not coming out until I find this Doctor Who and this Doctor Who book. Here we go. Hello Barry! Hello,
Patrick Monahan!
Do you know what? I don't know if anyone could tell by the hey, hello, helmet. It's amazing.
How you doing?
I'm alright, good to see you. Oh, look at this. It's great to be. I can't believe it. Even a seatbelt can't stop us from hugging.
I know.
Do you know that is mental, because the seatbelt is meant to hold you if there's a crash, but except for a hug. Look at that, the hug is stronger.
Oh, before we start, one from Jackie. Jackie Dow. I have to give you a hug.
Hello, Jackie. Look at that. Jackie's
So, last time I properly spoke, I seen you the other night, but in the past, hey, I'll see you on Friday. The last time I seen you, you came to the radio with me. Yes,
that was great. And do you know what? And that was the best surprise ever, because I can still remember that moment where you were going, and you were chatting to me, and I remember you asking me a question, and then you were like, and is there anyone? And then you kept telling me about something, and I was like, oh yeah, and I remember. And the next thing, I just felt this hand come behind my back, and then it was bloody Jackie.
Yeah. That was a good. I really enjoyed that show. There was yourself, James Freedman.
Yeah,
Lawrence Cowan as well.
Yeah.
And we
Lawrence
had some
was
fun.
lovely. Yeah. Oh god, that was a great show. I remember James Freedman took my credit card. He took my phone. Took everything. He took my wife. He took the 2 kids. It was fantastic. I said he can take everything, James. Have it all.
He's not brought them back.
No, exactly. Fantastic.
So, but thank you for coming along to do this.
Thank you.
We need to get moving because you are one of the busiest people I know.
I've already done a show this morning. Then I've got another 1, 2, 3, 4 shows after this as well today. So that's why my voice is like this. Right. Sounds like people just think I smoke 80 a day, and I don't. It's just I do 80 shows a day. It's the same as smoking cigarettes. You don't need duty free. Just come and do Edinburgh Festival. Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
Madness.
So this has been good fun. Then you've been driving people around. Great idea.
Yes.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, it's so far Donald Hazelton, lovely Donna. Abby Roberts.
Yeah, Abby's great.
Abby.
A friend of mine.
And Grant Stott.
Grant Stott, great guy.
Big Stotty.
Such a nice guy. I always see him in. To be honest, you can't miss Grant Stott. He's about 8'2". So it's like. Even if he's not anywhere near the venue, he's still out there. Yeah, you can just see him. Literally, we can probably see him out there. He is just above the trees over there in the distance. He's in Glasgow.
Hey, Grant, come on. I had him on Tuesday, and we had a good chat and a laugh. Went to see his show last night.
Oh, he's crazy.
Oh my god. The amount of bad words he used.
Does he?
Oh.
It's hilarious.
Now, you and I are
we're
clean-cut church goers.
Exactly,
you know, church every Sunday and taking the lead off the roof.
No, that's it. Yeah. Taking a bit of lead.
Yeah.
Get them in there. No, we are. I mean, the funny thing is, me and you are very similar. Where when we chat to people, or we're doing stuff, we're very family-friendly, clean. But when we're obviously chatting off stage or off camera, swear like troopers. But it's funny, everyone else is the opposite. Everyone else, like Grant, Grant is like, I know loads of them like that. It was so lovely when you chat to them, beautiful. And then when they go on stage, it's like oh my god, it's like they've got Tourette's.
Yeah.
It's like, where did all these swear words come from?
Maybe that's what it is, Grant. Maybe you've got Tourette's.
Yeah, maybe you have. I'm putting a swear box in your gig, Grant.
Shocking behaviour. Yeah. But it was a really good show, as is yours. Your show, which we're going to discuss as we drive around Edinburgh, hopefully.
Yes, I love Edinburgh.
If the traffic goes on.
Do you know what I have to say, Barry? This is amazing. I've been coming to Edinburgh probably since 2002, 3 solo shows since 2004 every year, and this is probably the first time I've ever been in a car. I literally walk around all the time, and it's a nice. This, to be honest, is probably bigger than the flats that you can rent in Edinburgh. It's like a 72-seater car. It's massive.
I have a big family.
Have you?
As you know. Yeah.
I know, I met most of them, haven't I?
I think you have,
I have, they're right,
I need to see, every time I've came to see you, my wife Kerry's been working.
Yeah.
So, I need to bring Kerry, because I keep talking about you.
Well, anytime you can bring I'm here.
Not in a weird stalkery way.
No, bring her in, she's going to come in.
So
has she seen many of the shows then?
She's not seen many. No, I took her to see a few things. We went to see I Ran with the Gang, the Basic Rollers.
Right. Okay.
Story at Le Monde, which is good.
Where's it going? Right. Do they do all the songs?
They do a few songs, and Alan Longmuir from the Basic Rollers actually appears.
Wow.
And then he has a Q&A.
See, I like
then.
stuff like that. I saw the Jersey Boys years ago, and I like stuff where, because I didn't know anything about them, but I love it when you learn facts. You learn, like, they tell you about the lifestyle and then sing. It's like a double bonus.
The only downside to it is it's at 7 o'clock. And your show's at 8 o'clock.
No chance,
so, which is a shame, but we better get going.
Come on,
we'll be here all day. We'll just go for some lunch. We'll just leave that running. We'll just go for some lunch.
Let's go. Yeah, exactly. Just leave it. This is the best CCTV ever. Can you imagine just going off and then watching burglars break into your car?
This week on Crime Watch. You know.
This. Alright, pal. Come on, Jobby. Get a screwdriver in here, pal. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, we need to get going. So
let's do it.
As I've said to my other guests, the one thing that you need for a car journey is, can you guess?
Music.
Well, we've got music.
Got music.
But
petrol.
It's a diesel.
Diesel. You need diesel. Drinks. Books. Sweets. No, you're joking.
So, help yourself to a packet of sweets.
You are joking.
Nope.
Barry, this is the best car journey I've ever been on, and we've not even started.
That's for after, right?
Okay.
So, put that in your pocket, because you have a love of something.
Oh, I love sweets. I love cakes. I love sugar. Wow, this is ridiculous.
I'm dying to see your reaction for this, by the way.
This is crazy. This is like I've woken up and gone to heaven. This is brilliant. Let's have a... Oh, what? That is not what I'm thinking it is, Is that a Cherry Bakewell gingerbread bread, man? That's a...
It's Mr. Blobby.
Oh, it's Mr. Blobby. It looks like a Cherry Bakewell gingerbread man.
It's Mr. Blobby.
So,
you can chomp on that on the way
round.
down.
Can I eat that? Is that alright?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, before we go anywhere, we've got a couple of safety things we need to do.
Yeah.
So, sit back, relax.
This is like breakfast. Right. For Edinburgh, this is for anyone watching outside of Scotland, this is 5 a day.
Cordon bleu.
Yeah. Sugar, butter, oil, icing, preservatives, and gluten. You have to eat 5 of these every day in Edinburgh, or you won't pass.
Definitely. And 20 cans of Coke and all sorts.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, you sit back, you relax.
Thank you, Barry.
I'm going to play a wee safety message, okay?
Yeah.
It's all good.
Welcome to the Fringe Ridealong. Please make yourself comfortable while we go through some safety procedures. Number 1, please fasten your seatbelt. Number 2, please ensure all arms, heads, feet and private parts are safely tucked away. Number 3, in the event of an accident, the driver will run away, as this is a stolen vehicle, and as such, the driver will deny all knowledge of everything.
That's brilliant.
True story.
Now please, press the arrow button and enjoy your trip.
Arrow button?
Now this is what I think when I'm thinking of you. So
go on then. Yes! Oh my god!
So are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this, Barry.
Tell me about your childhood.
I was born ready.
Now, for obvious copyright reasons, I can't play the whole lot.
Who is that? That is
it's
correct.
Thomas Dolby in a song called Hyperactive, and that nice gentleman just let me out there. And Hyperactive is how I would describe it. We'll turn that off just now. So how are you doing?
I'm very good, Barry. Do you know what? That was brilliant. I love that. He went boom, boom, starts on exactly how I start off, and then he said, "Tell me about yourself." It's brilliant.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic.
Now, your show, that 80s show, I came to see it on Tuesday night. It was fabulous. I got a sore face from laughing.
No, cheers.
The show itself, you come on to a great tune.
Yeah.
I was going to play that tune, but I thought, do you know what? I won't spoil it for anybody.
No, that's cool. Well,
because I love that song.
Well, it's so funny because, okay, when I came up with the concept of the show, it wasn't, when I originally started writing these shows, it wasn't about doing like every decade. It just purely came by chance, and actually, it's probably been the best ideas we've had, because the last year's show, you remember you saw that one? That was it was called the Disco Years, only because I was born in the 70s, I was born in 76, and because the whole show I did, it was, I was conceived to disco music, so that's why I called it that. And there was so much to talk about that in the 70s.
You were conceived to disco music.
Staying alive. He's come out. Here he is. We've got a child. Suddenly from like Bee Gees to Lion King. Yeah. Brilliant, isn't it? But the thing is, it was so funny because then I was writing something about that decade, and it's like if you're talking about a decade, doing 55 minutes or doing an hour show in Edinburgh is not enough. You could talk for like 7 days on it.
Yeah.
And so when it came to this show, it was like a natural progression where my agent and people said, look, so what you had to cut the show there, tell everyone what happens next. So I thought the 80s, and as soon as you mention the 80s, it's hilarious. You mention it to anyone, they go, oh my god, there's so many great songs from and there is. It is ridiculous. I could have come onto this show. I mean, this show, I could literally do a different hour every night for the whole of Edinburgh on the 80s, stories that's happened, putting the music in. And the only way to do it, and obviously, like you say, without giving away what song I come onto, the only clue was the best way to do it was to come on to the start of the show with one of the biggest selling tracks from 1979 that led us into 1980. It was a transatlantic track. It came from America across to Europe, and even still today, people play it. So that's as many clues as we give. But so I would come on to that, and it's hilarious because everyone loves it. Even though before people have heard it, they always go, oh, you know what you should do? You should come on to a bit of New Romantic, or you should come on to Duran Duran, you should come on to Spanner, or even come on to Wham, and I say, yeah, I want to use all them. Frank Goes to Hollywood, I wanted to use that as well. 2 tracks, I wanted to use all this. But then when I play this actual song, people go, no, perfect. That's 1980. That is the beginning of the decade.
I mean, if you want to tell people what the song is,
yeah, of course. It's A Rapper's Delight, and it's by the Sugar Hill Gang, and it's perfect. And it is one of them tracks that jump, as soon as you hit the beat drop, and it's hilarious because it's not that hard to dance to, but it is hard, obviously, if you're choreographing it. But it's great because then everyone can just do this. They just go dun, 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 and that's how everyone starts. So
because as you say, as the beat of that,
and it's also a recognisable tune because it's still. I mean, how many clubs you can go to in Britain will still hear that song? Or even I was in Europe a couple of months ago doing shows, and even in the Middle East, when you're travelling around in the Middle East, I was doing shows, right? And it's hilarious the amount of places they'll play like a local track, this track, and then suddenly the Sugar Hill Gang will just drop in. You go, this is from like 1979, 1980.
Yeah, they played Edinburgh not that long ago.
Did they?
Yes. I didn't manage to get along.
To be honest, I didn't even know they were all still alive. Yeah. Are they all actually still?
I believe so. I believe
wow.
It was the actual Sugar Hill Gang.
Where were they playing here then?
I think it was either Liquid Rooms or the Electric Circus.
See, I would have come up for that if I know. That would have been brilliant. So that was.
Yeah. So your show itself is all about the 80s, and some of it is about you growing up as well. I mean, and for some of the subject matter, you've managed to turn a subject matter which people normally find people kind of stay away from, a bit tense, which is about migration and immigration and whatnot. But you've done it in such a way that people are actually finding fun,
well, exactly, because it's hilarious. Where if you've never seen me do stand-up before, then obviously it's an open field. But if you have seen me do stand-up before, like I come here every year, the most of the topics, look, like most of the shows I've done is about hugging. I've done shows about cake, about like my love of cake. So as a stand-up, you talk about stuff that you love, and so it's always been stuff like that you can bring anyone to. And this show is exactly the same. You can bring anyone. I mean, my audiences range from 8 to 108, but this year's show, even though it's all about growing up in the 80s, it's so topical. Because half the show, or part of the show, is all about what's happening today. Is about immigration? Because in 1982, that was like when we first came to England. We came to a little town, Redcar, by Teesside, and my mum came, and it was so funny because she's Iranian, and we only spoke Farsi. We spoke Iranian when we were growing up. So it all talks about. And if you look today, it's exactly the same in Britain, where people are coming from all over the world, and then they turn up and they're all speaking languages, different languages. And it's all about where we always get scared because you think, people coming in, will it change the culture? And not really. I mean, look at it. Look at me. I mean, I spoke my first language. It's hard to believe was like, Salam Chitoy, I would talk like this. Whereas now, by the end of the 80s, I'd suddenly morphed into, all right, how you doing? Like, you're great, man. So there's not much difference between Farsi and Geordie. It's like the accent is just blended, even though I'm technically a Teesside or a Smoky. And it's, from Middlesbrough, it's weird where, so people don't realise that immigration, because all it is now is so much on the news that we always get scared. We think, oh my God, if a load of people come here from there and there, they'll change all that. Not really. Most people just actually blend in.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Edinburgh. Edinburgh is to me, it's just like, you know, it's a Scottish version of London. It's just a melting pot of people from all over the place. Look at all these, and it's funny because we've driven past comics or people that I know, and most of these, and they all look Scottish, but most of these people are all from England. Some of them are foreign, overseas, European guys. I've seen, you know, there's loads of international comics here, and yet they walk around, they look more Scottish than the locals. They've got the ginger beard and big curly hair, and they're actually from South Africa or even from Australia, but they look like they're from like Musselburgh.
Yeah.
They look like it's from Fife. But so it is. Yeah, I mean, the show, it's funny because, again, it was, like you say, you know, it's not topics that I mean, they are topics that should be discussed, but they're not easy topics, because, you know, it's like as soon as you go on stage and mention immigration, or you mention foreign, you mention that, and everyone just suddenly clams up and goes, oh, where's this going? Where's this going?
Yeah, people get very, very uncomfortable about it all.
If you mention Arab, Middle East, any of them words, Iranian, just anything, and people, ooh, people just clam up anyway.
Yeah, people panic for no reason.
But the thing is, it's like Lenny Bruce years ago, he said the more you talk about something, the easier it becomes. And it's so true. You just go on and talk, like the way we're talking about now, it's dead easy, it's not a problem. Immigration, talk about this, and actually it's just quite funny. It becomes as funny as saying cupcake, cupcake, cupcake. You know what I mean? Immigrant.
Now, when I first met you, you were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar.
Exactly.
No, you weren't.
1983.
There you go. Oh. Bravo. We had been kind of chatting on Twitter, whatever. I'd said I was coming up to see him, whatever, and I went,
love his tweets. It's great. Here's Basher.
I went into a corner, and I kind of thought, right, I'm going to review the show, sit in the corner in a wee dark spot. So I did. Or so I thought. And you got me up on stage.
There is no dark spot in my gig. I can't believe you were telling me, this was just before we started filming, you told me that you were, because I saw you on the night after you come up, but you always hide in the back, and I never miss people. What I do is, everyone, I always get, if you've been before, like you know me, a couple of people, if they know me, they always do the same thing. They'll always go and hide right at the back of the room, under the staircase of the venue. So what I always do is,
there's a reason for
exactly. Nobody, and he is hilarious. Every year I always go, right, who's seen me before, who's seen me, and all the cheers come from the back, and all the brand new people I've never seen before will always sit in the first 5 rows, and then it's hilarious because then the next year all of them will sit at the back, and then all the new people, and they all gradually learn. They go, do you know what? He's all right, but he's mental. He's just going to get us up dancing. Let's go and sit back there.
Which is what you done to me.
I know, and you were great.
And blooming Bhangra dancing.
I know.
And Bollywood dancing, for goodness sake. Now, at the time, I'm still asthmatic.
And
but
the Bhangra healed you.
Oh,
no more
Bhangra
after
healed me.
And you did the Bhangra dance, and it was like, this is amazing.
Oh, I came off there just exhausted, and the sweat was lashing out of me. You do this every night.
Exactly. I was going to say, you've got to remember, I have to do that for an hour on stage every night, doing all them, and also sometimes you have to do a warm before, particularly all the previews. The first week or so of doing it, I have to do rehearsals, text, even before the show starts, warming up, bam, bam, bam. So you're shattered before you've even started. I mean, it's hilarious because people always go, stand-up comics, dead easy, innit? They just stand there and they just talk for an hour, and they go, there's no standing, mate. I'm literally, if you could put, and someone once told me this, they said if you could put paint on the bottom of your shoes, by the end of the hour, your stage would be just covered in paint. There's not literally a step where you've not gone like that.
A nice Tony Hart picture.
Yeah. In fact, that might be a good idea for a gig one time.
Yeah, just a massive canvas and just do
that would be good. Do like a heat map, how they do for the football and stuff. See where he's gone. But yeah, it's so one of the ways to stop people hiding from the back. I mean, I shouldn't tell you this because then you'll probably try and outfox me with this. But what I do is, so now I always, when I start my show, I always do a bit of a dance, and then I go round the audience to dance with them and come back. And the reason I do that is because then I can spot everyone as I run around dancing, and I keep my eye on and go, right, look, they're there, and then go all the way around.
See, I was lucky because I was sensible.
Yeah.
At the back of the venue.
I saw you with your tent. You'd come in with a tent, with a teepee, and you just put a lock on it, and you would
saying, do not disturb.
Yeah, do not disturb. No entry. Warning. Stay out. And then you just your little eyes peering through, watching the show. There's Barry.
There he is. Everybody thought it was a worker.
Yeah, I know, exactly. That was perfect for the show.
Yes.
Sorry.
So what made you think? What made you decide? At what point did you go, do you know what, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put in the stuff about me growing up in the family and kind of coming over from Iran and whatnot?
Well, it was, do you know what, it's the thing, as a comic, you have to sort of, not that you have to, I mean, look, we're so lucky at the Edinburgh Festival, or even in Britain, with the British comedy scene, is that you've got all ranges of comedy here. Again, if you look at different countries around the world, they don't really have, one of the things is you don't have such a great quality or range is because some countries don't have the freedom that we have here. Like, people were asking me, I remember the other day I was getting asked about, like, in fact, Nicholas Parsons, a friend of ours, he said about what's comedy like, you know, you came from Iran, what comedy like out there in the Middle East. And I said, yeah, it's great, but obviously your comedy influence will come from your Irish and Iranian background, but in countries like Iran, most of the comics are in prison, they're locked up because you can't have a freedom of voice there, sort of thing. Whereas here, we're so lucky you can talk about all these things like this. And in certain, I mean, it's not so bad in Iran now, but there is countries like that around the world. You can't really talk about certain things growing up like this. So in Britain, we're so lucky. Here at the Edinburgh Festival, you can talk about anything. You can talk about your life. You can talk about how you feel about stuff. And it was, I think that was the thing with this show, that every as you get more confident or more relaxed with yourself, you think, do you know what, I can do my observations, I can come and do a damn thing about this, but every year reveal a little bit about yourself, and then the audience will like that. I think it's just great when people go, oh, this is really nice, because we want to hear about you. Because I've done shows where I come on, I can do an hour of messing about, and I can find out about the people in the second row, about them guys when they first met, about the guys over there having an anniversary, and about this guy, why he's single, why he didn't settle down, about the girl over there who went on a holiday. And it's great, we can have an hour making up about stuff about people, and it's brilliant, we'll have a right laugh. But then, and people enjoy that, but then sometimes it's nice to do a show where people come and they go away thinking, oh my god, we found out an hour about him, that was ridiculous, he came from Iran, oh my god, and his dad's Irish and mother, and that was funny, oh my god, and they did this, I can't believe that when he was growing up this is what he thought of that. And I thought, oh. So it's so I think every year you've got to give something a bit different, and this year is a bit like, it's like revealing another, just opening up another little thing about yourself. But again, like I said to you, I mean, I could spend 7 weeks doing a different show every night just on the 80s. So it's really just saying, right, look, here's an hour, a highlight of what happened to me in the 80s. Next year, it probably looks like it's going to be like a 90s show.
All right.
You know,
okay.
So it might be like.
So be dropping acid. And...
Oh my goodness! I know exactly. Can you imagine? Just like everyone's going to have like white gloves when they come in. Everyone has to put a white gloves, glow stick.
The glow sticks round the neck and acid.
That's it. And the actual gig is going to be like in a car park or like an illegal rave. That would be. That would be brilliant.
Well, at the moment we're actually driving round Arthur's Seat.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Holyrood Park, massive tent. Invite the Queen. Invite the Queen.
Yes, let's get the Queen up there.
I reckon Prince Philip would be up for a rave.
Oh my god, he'd be brilliant. He'd probably be dealing. He'd be out there going, come on, here we go, guys.
Singing Waterfall by the Stone Roses while he's doing it.
Oh my god, see, this is great. This is the show being written already. We've not even finished this year. We've got next year's show.
Sorry.
Do you know what? I run around here sometimes. Again, this is the first time I've ever driven around here.
Driven around Arthur's Seat. I brought Abby Roberts round the other day. Round here.
I bet she loved it.
And she said first time she'd been round here for a long time. Kerry and I run round.
Yeah, well, we have to do that before the end of the festival. Me, you and Kerry, we're going to do that. That is, and listen, if you're watching this at home, make sure you come and check Arthur's Seat over the next few days. Yeah. Because me, Barry and Kerry will be running around it. Jackie will probably come out with as well. See, look, these people, that's what I'd be like over there, you there.
Because you've done the Edinburgh Marathon this year.
Yeah, Edinburgh Marathon, end of May, and let me tell you this, it was the craziest thing ever, because literally for the last 15 years I have been up here in August, and while there's been a heat wave in every other part of Britain, it's always been. This guy's got. Oh look, he did the Edinburgh Marathon 2015.
Yeah, well, myself and Kerry, we done the half marathon last year. I'm putting for the ballot for the London Marathon for next year.
I've done that twice.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
So I'm hoping to get picked, but the chances of that happening are.
You never know.
But my aim is to. Well, it was actually just going to be for myself.
Oh, okay.
Because I've done the charity thing, I've done the fundraising thing.
Yeah.
People who have donated have been
and they
really
always
good.
done it. And that's the thing. I always do it for Zoe's place as well.
Right.
Same shit, like I do it for a hospice. But the thing is, I'll do them and I fundraise for the guys, but I always feel guilty because it's always the same people who keep donating, and you feel like, oh. So what I do is, I still run it for the charity. I run it for the different charities. It's raising awareness. And then, because everyone's so, you just say, listen, thanks very much, you've already done it, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But the Edinburgh Marathon, it was hilarious because, so May the 29th, I've been up here in August, last 15 years, and it's always been like this. Bit cloudy, bit of rain, but you still need a bit of a jacket. But if you do the London, when you're in London, oh my God, it's like a heat wave, it's like 30, 40 degrees. So I came here May the 29th thinking, all right, I'll bring a vest underneath the top, I'll run like this. This year, 26 miles I ran, from Edinburgh all round here up to Musselburgh, up to thing, and it was ridiculous. It was like running in Barbados. I don't know. It was ridiculous. There was like Scots just didn't know what to do. Everyone was confused. We were like, what is going on? And it was a beautiful run, but it was quite hard at the end because it was just.
It's the Preston Pans road, the road to Preston Pans, just after the Musselburgh racecourse. It's that road.
Oh yes, and the bit where you run through the woods. Yeah. You do that last bit and then the bit back, it's like, oh.
But I've put in for the London Marathon, hopefully
you've got to do it, it's brilliant.
But I'll need a bed for the night if anybody in London's got a bed.
There'll be loads there.
And
it's great.
Also, I'm hoping to do London and then the Edinburgh.
Wow. So have you done a couple of marathons already? I've
not done any marathons. We done the Edinburgh half marathon last year. We didn't do this year because we went to France a couple of days after. So and I was driving.
Now, what's your longest you've run? Like training? Have you done like a 20-mile run? 80
Not
mile?
yet. No.
Have you gone past the 30?
We've done the half marathon and we done the. It was called the Kilomathon, which was. Do you know Ocean Terminal?
Yeah.
It starts there. Yeah, it starts there, and then you join the walkway, and then you run to Murrayfield Stadium.
Wow!
And it was really good. And also,
what's that? Is that the half?
No, it's 13 kilometres.
13. Right. Yeah.
And then we done the Great Edinburgh Run, which was 10 miles. Which brings you through Grassmarket, up St Leonard's, and
could you imagine doing that now? Try to do the Great 10-mile run through the Grassmarket. You'd be ending up like this many flyers. It would take you about a day and a half. Just do you want another shot? Yeah, thanks, mate.
Yeah, getting flyers shoved up your nose. Top tip for the Fringe, by the way, if you don't want people putting flyers up your nose, right? A pair of headphones. Head down. And go.
There you go. That's a good. And especially if you're in a car, just keep going straight.
Just keep going straight through. Don't stop. No. Or make yourself a fringe lanyard.
Yes.
That's the other tip, because nobody comes near you.
Exactly. Well, or a top tip if you're single, what you do is get flyers printed with your phone number and your address, and just go up to people and say, anyone that you like, hey, I'm doing a show, it's a one-on-one, come and give me a ring. There you go. Fantastic. Great way to come on. Great way.
But anyway, back to your show. Lots of music, lots of dancing.
That's trademark things that I like to do. Everyone gets a hug at the end of the show. Sometimes you get a hug at the start, during it. I like to do a bit of dancing because, like I said, like 15 years I've been coming here, and I think even when you see other shows as well, and it doesn't matter how funny someone is, you see some of the best comics, and they're brilliant. For an hour they'll talk, and you'll be like, but everyone has the same thing. It doesn't matter how funny the show is. And after about 30-40 minutes, you see audiences laughing, but they're just going, okay, there's a bit, not a dip, but they're just a bit tired now. They want to think. So that's why I always put a bit of dancing in the beginning and end, because nothing gets the room up. Like bang, bit of music, bang, we started, and then you do your stand up in the middle like this, and then at the end, bang, a big lift like that, just a chance that, and everyone loves a bit like that. It's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it did. I mean, the atmosphere in the room was really good, and I mean, the laughter. The thing is, though, the affection that you get from people, because you go up and you'll hug someone, and they hug you straight back. There's none of the kind of awkwardness of.
Exactly. It's funny. I was chatting to someone the other day about this. A comic who'd come over and he'd seen me. He'd seen me do it, and he was an international comic.
Right.
And he'd seen me do stand-up, and he didn't realise it was the first time he'd seen like British comics or Britain. And he'd seen me go on, and he saw me like hug someone, and I was doing this and hugging all this. And he just thought, oh my God, this is such a great way to connect with the audience. Not realising that not every British comic, it's only that I do this, it's like I do it because it's my style. So he went on, he was saying he went to do a gig, and he walked on, and he just went and grabbed someone and hugged them.
Yeah.
And he said it was the most awkward thing ever, because this bloke was just there, and then he didn't want to hug him. And he was going, he goes, I bloody watched you doing this, and I thought this is what English comics, British comics do. And I went, no. I said, this is what I always do, always, because it's what I do. It's my natural thing. It's like another comic might have a certain thing he comes on to, or whatever. But that's what. And he went, oh my God, I didn't. He said it was just the most awkward thing I've ever done. And I said it's because these are my audience. You know, people expect that. That's what I like to do, and also it's a natural thing. That's what I do. So it is a weird thing.
But the thing is, though, that they're always welcome. That's the thing, because I've yet to see someone go home with you. So
no, I mean, I think it's that thing of like banter. I mean, in like this year's show is obviously more scripted material, but normally when I do band shows, because people always go, oh my God, how do you just go on and just talk for an hour? Like I've done this in the past. Remember, I've gone on and we've got, oh my God, here's it. Oh, Barry's over there. Oh, Barry, what's that? And you'll do a whole show for an hour messing about. And then people go, how do you do all that? And I said, well, the thing is, you've got to look at the body language. You've got to see the right people. Normally, if they're all sat on the front row and they're doing this and all that, then you know they want some. If you're going in and there's someone sat there and they're just sort of staring at the floor like that, then you're thinking, they want to see the show, but just go easy on them. Don't, like, you know, the last thing they want is to be dragged up. Just like, so you've got to read a little bit of body language. But luckily, I think, touch wood, that most of the people come to my show, they're like this. Hey,
yeah, they're ready, waiting.
They just want to hug before we start.
Limbered up before they went in.
Exactly, it's great.
Brilliant. I mean, well, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Yeah, it's hard because I've always loved, you know, I'm a people's person. I'm like you, I like to chat to people. I love that sort of thing. And I always love being somewhere different. It's always moving around. So I would say it would have to be something like working in a supermarket on a tannoy, you know, working in the kiosk just constantly. Hello everyone, how are you doing? You're all coming in the shop. Listen, go and buy some chicken, buy your groceries. When you finish, come to the kiosk for a hug. And don't forget 2 for 1 in the biscuit arm. So it would be just something like that, probably like that. Which is probably the same as stand-up.
I mean, I'm working for a supermarket at the moment.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I'm allowed to say
I'm not for the purposes of, you know, but it's the one where every little helps, you know. And I think that would be great. I think that would be to hear someone do that and then go, come to the customer service kiosk, get a hug. You know, I think so.
Have you not done that then?
No.
We should do it. So that was definitely going to be in.
Yeah. Why don't you just open a supermarket called Monahan's?
Yes.
And then you could just do it.
I'm up for it. Yeah. That'd be fantastic.
There was a story which you told about your dad.
Yep.
When you were. We started. Hello,
how are you doing?
I told you we'd run out of space.
What are the chances? This is the problem this is why I always get in trouble at gigs, because I genuinely thought that was a 7-minute chat.
No,
I thought that was
over half an hour.
Nice. We just had a quick chat.
We're back.
Hello.
Yes.
There's nothing left.
I was talking about your dad and the story you told about your dad having to go to find work.
Every story in this show is just for you to think is ridiculous, because everything is so true. Like, because people always go to me, oh my God, that's amazing about your mum. Is he really Irish? Is your mum really Irish? I go, yeah, of course it's all real. I wouldn't make it up. And also, all them stories you couldn't make up because they are ridiculous. And it's everything, but they're so true. It's always the way. Anything that you can sit and try and write, but you can never write anything as funny or as crazy as what actually really happens in life. But yeah, go on. So the story about
story about your dad, I won't spoil it by saying what it is, but
I've got so many of them
about him going from Iran to Iraq to look for work. That story, virtually, and I can promise you now, that story virtually had me on my
thank you.
knees.
Well, my dad has got a million stories like that. When we were doing so that story came around when I was doing a documentary. They were doing a pilot, this thing where they were getting my mum to choose me a wife, because it was quite funny, because we grew up in Britain, here in Britain, and they wanted to do a pilot to show what it'd be like if we did like what we did in Iran or in the Middle East, where they do traditional weddings where the parents would choose who you would marry. So they came around to film my mum and dad, and we were doing as a pilot show, and my mum was saying, oh yes, you know, I would like this girl, whatever, this sort of stuff. And then they started asking my dad, and he was just chatting. He goes, well, I'll tell you about Iran. And he started telling all these different stories about when he was in Iran and he was going to Iraq and all these different things. And people were in stitches. And I thought, you know what, this is brilliant. I'm putting this in the show. And he told me all these different stories. And I just thought, there's me trying to write observations about, do you know what it's like when you go shopping? I thought, no, I'll just put these in. These are real life things that have happened. And in a way, I hope that I've become a bit like that, when you travel, because I love it. I think that's where the madness comes from. It's because my dad's a bit like that, where he'll just go to places, and I think it's the Celtic thing though, isn't it? Scots are a bit like the Irish, where you will literally, all right, how you doing? My name's Barry. All right, how are you doing, guys? And you just start randomly chatting to people, and that's what he's like. He's bonkers. It's great though.
Yes, it's always a good trait. The thing is that, I mean, when I was talking to Abby Roberts the other night, we were talking about this, how, you go to France and, we've been going the last however many years, I can't remember, and we always try and speak French to the French people, because, it's manners. And they go, oh, English? And we go, no, Scottish. They go, oh, Scottish! And their temperament changes, and they're more,
they love it, don't they? I've noticed that. It's a massive thing, because when you say, and it's nothing against the English people, I mean, we're English, but nothing against the English people, but I think when you go abroad, I've seen this where at airports or in Britain, because my passport's Irish, so people love that when they go, oh, Irish, how you doing? But then when people go, if they say English, people assume they're from London. Yeah. And London, I love London as well, but people you see international people, foreign people, they go, oh, London, okay, like thinking that it's going to be a bit confrontational, or they've been to London, and it's a little bit aggressive for them. But whereas if you go, Scotland, I was in Edinburgh, oh, beautiful, oh, very nice, oh, the castle, tell me, and they love all that, it's crazy.
Do you want to know a funny story about the castle?
Go on.
Well, two. One, an American tourist once asked if the castle gets put up for the festival. That's a true story.
What?
Yeah. The other one is, I've got a friend in...
Can you imagine just in July putting posters up and then just a load of lads turning up with bricks?
Bouncy castle.
Did they actually ask you that?
Yeah, no, it wasn't me they asked, but it's
wow.
They asked if the castle is only, and how good it was that they put the castle next to the train station.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. But I've got a friend in Australia. She shall remain nameless. Her name's Leonie Reynolds. Yeah. And she came to Edinburgh before, and she couldn't find the castle.
What?
Yeah. She was. It turns out she was actually standing at the bottom of the.
The castle's behind, and she's just looking out that way.
Yeah. She's looking down the Royal Mile, but the castle's.
It's like them people who have the glasses. Sorry, Leonie. But I don't know if you've got glasses, but it's like them people who put the glasses. Oh my god, that guy nearly just died. And they put the glass. He just found out the castle's real.
Not due to my driving, I think, lad.
Barry's just cutting them up.
Madman on a motorbike. Anyway,
here he goes.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like them people, they put the glasses on top of their head.
Yes.
And they go, and they literally don't. They come around to you and go, have you seen my glasses? I think I've misplaced them somewhere.
Where's my readers?
And no, they're the sort of people that you can imagine. They've probably got a castle built on their head. Where's the castle? Where's the castle?
So, but anyway, now your show is at the Gilded Balloon.
Show's at Gilded Balloon.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock every night. And come down anytime, it's brilliant. And it talks about my mum and dad, all about my upbringing. And it is funny, there's, I was going to put this in the show, but it's not in the show. It literally happened the other night. My mum came to see us and actually come to the show. She always comes down. And just to show, like, we touched on it earlier on. You were saying about how I talk about serious stuff in the show, like immigration and terrorism. And it is funny, though, because we've got to talk about it and laugh about it, because if we don't, people just keep it inside as a taboo thing. So my mum came with us, and this was literally, she came Wednesday. We went to the Italian restaurant, in town. We just went in to get something to eat, and as we walked in, the waitress came on to us and said, "Oh, hello, how you doing? You a table?" And Mum said, "Yes, please, a table." And the waitress, "Oh, where are you from?" Like this, and my mum went to them, "Oh, I'm Italian." And I went, "What?" Why are you telling me that? And then the waitress went, "Oh, that." And then she went to the table, put us on the table, and the waitress walked on. And I looked at Mum and went, "Why did you tell them we're Italian?" And she goes, and Mum said, "I don't want to tell them I'm Iranian in case they think I have a bomb in the bag. You know the Iranians." And I went, "Mum, you can't." And then it was hilarious, because then I said to her, "This is an Italian restaurant." She said, "Yes, it's okay." And then the guy, one of the blokes came over, who's Italian, started speaking Italian to my mum, and it was hilarious, because my mum just then started speaking Iranian back at him, like Farsi. And then they were looking at each other, and I was just laughing, and I said to her, "See what?" And then the bloke went to my mum in English after the Italian, went, "Which part of Italy are you from? I don't understand, you're Italian." My mum went, "Oh, the bit just past Baghdad near Tehran." And I was like, I just said, "Well, see? Why did you just tell him you were..." And they're all laughing. And I think this is the sort of world we live in. It's crazy, isn't it? I just thought, I didn't have a chance to... I just thought, why is that... This is my mum. My mum and my dad, they're hilarious. It's just... They can just do an hour on them.
Oh, the bit just past Baghdad.
I know.
Oh,
it's like, she's telling them she's Italian in an Italian restaurant, like as if they're not then going to speak to an Italian.
Oh, right. Anyway, we're coming to the end of this.
Thank you very much. Lovely travelling, and thank you for the sweets.
That's all right.
Barry, legend. We're just going to drive while cuddling, like this, spooning.
That 80 show, Patrick Monahan, Gilded Balloon, 8 o'clock every night, in the nightclub.
In the nightclub. That is a perfect route.
Say when, by the way, when you...
Oh, yeah, up here, right here at Marchwell. That's brilliant, thank you. We're literally up here, yeah. I haven't stopped. I tell you what, you can tell from my voice. In fact, this is probably the best my voice has been for the last couple of days. So it's right? This is quite nice. It's chatting. It's beautiful like this. Yeah.
But the Gilded Balloon, 8 o'clock in
8 o'clock every night.
Nightclub. You need to go and see this show, by the way.
No, please come, thank you. And you get a free hug at the end as well. And listen, even if you can't remember the 80s, I always tell people, you get young people coming as well, you will learn so much about it. There's stuff like, you'll learn about a job for life, mortgage, you'll learn about everything. But it is about, but it's about bringing people together, and it's one of them decades that was such great fun.
Yes, it was. Last night when I was watching Grant Stott, he kind of touched on a couple of things from the 80s, like, do you know the Cav?
Right, okay.
Yeah, that used to be called Coasters, and then later on Outer Limits disco, and Grant Stott used to DJ there.
No!
And he was talking about that, and I'm sitting going, I remember those days.
Hilarious.
I was a terrible roller skater.
Were you? Yeah. Oh God! No, do you know what? To be fair, I've never roller skated in my life. Been too much. I think I've tried it once, like for 2 minutes.
I don't see the point.
It would kill me. This is brilliant around here.
Just up here.
Yes, thank you very much.
We'll nip in the corner there.
Nip in here. Two Scotties.
Oh no, hang on.
Fantastic.
I can just go there. Look, space, as though it's made for me.
Fantastic.
Right beside a big bin.
There you go.
So go and see Patrick's show. It is really good. It's so funny.
And he is a good dancer. He loves coming to the show and dancing.
He doesn't.
Come and see him.
Right. So we've come to the end of this one. I need to get a bigger memory card for my phone.
I know. I cannot believe we chatted for 7 minutes and that recorded it over an hour.
Yeah, that's shocking. So before we go, I've got one more thing for you.
Go on.
All right.
I love this. I've had so much sugar. I can hear the rattling. Oh no!
Oh no! Wait till you see it. Wait till you see it.
This is.
How the hell you're not fat?
This is like my birthday and Christmas all in one.
Wait till you see this.
Do you know what I'm doing? I'm looking out the window in case we get mugged. Because it's like, you remember Pulp Fiction where they open it and the glow comes out of that.
Yeah.
I'm looking at people. No, that is way too much. Look at that. Can you see that there?
A big proper cream jam donut.
That is the size of our head. Look at that. That's Barry's head. That's my head. Look at the size of that. That is the size of our head. I'm going to eat that.
Anyway, we better say goodbye because you've got things to do. You've got shows to do.
I've got another 4 shows.
What?
2:30 every afternoon. If you get a chance, come and see me at the pub quiz for kids. In fact, you're gonna come tonight, aren't you?
Where is the pub? Where is it?
Pub quiz for kids is in the billiard room in the billiard room Gilded Balloon.
There you go.
And Jackie and a few of the guys have been. So
Yeah, Jackie's team won the other day there.
Yeah, she was brilliant. She wrote a lovely little review, and I told her to send it to you.
She did.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that all right?
And
Yeah.
I forwarded it to the radio station for
Yeah.
it to put on the website.
And
Hopefully.
then we'll check out Barry's tweets and Jack's tweets, and we'll put them out. But
Yes.
so I'm doing that 2:30 every day. 8 o'clock every night
Yep.
is the disc. Is my 80s show.
Yes.
So, yeah,
But unfortunately, I'd love to get Patrick on the radio with me, but his show clashes with mine, which kind of bites. So we'll have to arrange something better for next year.
No, exactly, definitely.
We'll do an all-nighter.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. For the 90s, you have to anyway.
Yeah,
It's going to be the
we'll
rave.
do an all-nighter. So, but anyway, Patrick Monahan.
Thank you very
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Barry. Oh, brilliant. I can't believe that was more than 2 minutes.
That was just, it's only been a couple of minutes, but it seems
I
like it's been
know.
forever.
That flew really quick, didn't it?
Go see a show.
I can't believe it. I can't believe we've just ended up in France. We've just driven to Calais.
True.
It's nice.
We're bringing some people home with
Yeah,
us.
we're bringing them back. That's why we've got all this. This feeds about 72 people. In you go, guys.
Patrick, thank you.
Thank you, Barry.
Bye now.
God bless you. Bye-bye.